Hello, everybody, and welcome to a bonus episode of the Kingdom's Queens podcast. We are joining you guys live because we were live just last night, and we had no idea that DeAndre Hopkins overnight was going to become a Chief. Unbelievable. Veach always is working when everyone else is sleeping. So, Brett Veach, thank you so much. Jodi and I both woke up today to like 10,000 text messages and DMs of like, holy crap, did you see DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs? And we both could not be more excited about it. There's a lot to say, but we're going to just do like a quick little bonus episode for you guys here. Me personally, I have been like recruiting this man on his own Twitter page for like years to come to the Chiefs because he's such a Patrick Mahomes fan, and he's said that on his own account for years and years now. So we're just so excited to have DHop here, and we're excited to get into this with you guys. So I'm your host, Lexi.
Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Jodi. As I'm like trying to
I know this is impromptu. This is impromptu, so
we're
trying to share it real quick. But
I love it. I love it. No, like Lexi's absolutely right. First of all, I'm gonna just say this: if I did not go to the office today, I would have not seen it for like an additional hour. Like I woke up early because I had to go into the office.
Yeah,
and I actually woke up at 6 a.m. And I like looked at my phone, but I didn't like look at social media. None of my alerts popped up, nothing. And then an hour later, I was like, all right, let me look at my phone. And I was like, why do I have so many messages and notifications? Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Well, and so
the world came crashing down.
Literally. So same for me. I had my alarm set for 8:30 and I checked my phone. My body woke me up at like 7:45. So I just randomly like look at the time, check my phone. I have all these missed messages and it's like DHop to the Chiefs. I'm like, wait, what? Like, did I have a dream? Like, I'm so excited. So as y'all know, the Chiefs we had quite an off season. We added Hollywood Brown, who was previously on the Ravens. He was drafted by the Ravens and then the Arizona Cardinals. He had a fantastic offseason with us, a fantastic training camp, and then went down our first preseason game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we never even got to have the thrill of having Hollywood Brown in our offense. And then we had Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice was off to a phenomenal start in, I think he played 4 games. 4 games. And he was a leading top 5 receiver in the entire NFL after those 4 games. He's still the leading receiver on our team after 6 games. So if that tells you anything where we're at. And then Xavier Worthy, who is our amazing rookie, who we have high hopes for, but he's a rookie. He's learning the NFL. So we never got to have our full like big 3 wide receivers together. And it's been fine because listen, the Chiefs are still 6-0. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Matt Nagy, they're going to make it work on the offense, right? Like they're going to do whatever they can to make it work. And they have. And we've right now we're sitting, or before today, we were sitting with Xavier Worthy as wide receiver 1, McCole Hardman as wide receiver 2, Justin Watson wide receiver 3, Sky Moore wide receiver 4, right? Like that's not a lot of depth. And then we have guys on the practice squad who I think could come in and do their thing, but we didn't have a lot of depth. So there was and the trade deadline is in 2 weeks, 13 days, pretty much from today. So there was a big need for wide receiver on the Chiefs, and no one quite knew what was going to happen. I think everyone felt like there was something coming, but who's to say? Like the NFL is crazy. But Brett Veach, man,
that guy is incredible. That guy's incredible. Let's kind of get into a little bit of the trade details because I know a lot of people are like, what in the whole entire world? So whatever Veach was cooking up at 5 a.m. Central Standard Time in Kansas City, it was a great deal. And I think the thing is a lot of people just from listening to sports radio all day, watching ESPN, listening to all the different sports shows and just kind of hearing like what they were saying. trying to compare the DHop trade to Kansas City compared to the Amari Cooper trade. There was a lot of that going on. Like, well, what did it come down to? What did it come down to? And it wasn't a matter of age because DHop is older than Amari Cooper. It wasn't really necessarily the amount of money, because when you look at what the Bills gave Amari Cooper, they did not really give him a lot of money either. He's just playing through this 1-year deal. The Cooper Kupp situation, of course, we knew there was no way we were going to give up a 2 for him, and the fact that they were probably he was looking for pretty much really big, like a long-term commitment, and that's something that we weren't going to do for him either. If you know Brett Veach, you know that it's going to be like a 1-year deal or a 3-year deal, and like that's the max, unless you're
correct.
Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, trimming Duffy
next year, Jones,
right. So this deal is actually just a conditional 5th, which means right now we're just giving Tennessee a 5th. Here's a 5th
round pick.
And I'm going to get more into the
next year's draft. Yeah.
Now, if the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl, which of course we're going to the Super Bowl.
Which we should, especially now.
We should now. That 5th turns into a 4th, which again, that's
But that's part of the clause. So
that's nothing.
That basically tells me that the Titans are expecting us to go to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
They're like, if y'all go to the Super Bowl and DeAndre Hopkins plays only 60% of the snaps, which he'll play easily 78 or 80%.
Right.
If you guys go to the Super Bowl and he plays this many percent of the snaps, then the pick turns into a 4th round for the Titans. And all respect to the Titans, man. They've been really great with trading with us. They took Snead from us this past season, which I was so glad.
It's basically like we just did a trade. Like, hey, here's Snead. Give us Hop. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, but I'm so happy because he got his payday.
Yep.
And then we deserve it right back. Like, it's perfect. So,
and he deserved that payday too.
Thank you, Titans. Thanks so much. We love you guys.
Bless. That was amazing.
Thanks for doing business with us.
Yeah, bless. That was amazing. So I'm actually trying to look up the actual dollar amount right now. I will say this though.
Yeah.
The Titans are going to take on half of the remainder of DHop's contracts that's left over, and the Chiefs are actually going to take the other half of that. I want to make sure the exact $5 million number, because that's what it is, but the Chiefs are only going to inherit about $2.6 million left on DeAndre Hopkins' contract, including just the 5th that's going to turn into a 4th. So when you kind of look at that and you're like, that's really all we're doing, especially because when you look at the Titans, you kind of know right now that they're in a situation where they're trying to sell. I'm not going to say necessarily that they're tanking the season, but they already know that their quarterback is not delivering it the way that he is. And it's a very high possibility, depending on what the draft looks like next year, what quarterbacks are available in the 2nd round, 1st round, they may go out and get another quarterback. And that I was told from an inside source with Tennessee today. So I don't want to say it sounds like they're kind of selling off pieces, but they definitely had another trade that happened today as well after the DHop trade. So you can see that they're kind of like in a rebuilding, which I guess they always were in a rebuilding. But I mean, going out and getting DHop, going out and getting Snead, going out and getting Mayo, like you would think that they would be making their way towards the right way, and
Mayo is
that's his name, Mayo. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
You don't even have to say his name.
Yeah, I'm not. So that's what's shocking for me. So to see that we're only giving up a 5th or a 4th and only not even coming out of $3 million, sign me up for that, especially when we know who DHop is as a receiver. He's definitely going to fit in and take over in that Juju Rashee Rice role almost instantaneously.
I don't know. Did you see that tweet today? I can't remember who posted it. I want to say maybe Joshua Briscoe. Someone posted it earlier saying when Rashee Rice was coming out of college, he said he modeled his game after DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh yeah. No, I do. I remember that when he was in
the draft.
Drafting. I remember that. Yeah, for sure. Which I mean,
really cool.
Why not, right? So, like, not only are the Chiefs getting it right, I feel like Brett Veach was being extremely particular on who he wanted to bring in. And when I say Brett Veach, I mean Brett Veach and Andy Reid. I feel like they were being very particular on what type of receiver that they wanted to bring in. We have all type of Hollywoods and all type of Hollywood and Xavier's, right? Like we have. Sorry, I'm like, but when you look at Mecole Hardman, he's the same type of receiver as those two. So it's like we definitely needed the big body receiver. Our tight ends have been doing immaculate. They have been killing it so far. But to be able to add that other piece, we seen what happened almost immediately when Juju came back. And when you were listening to the press conference today, it was so funny because you could tell the trade details were not complete yet at all. Andy Reid was super tight-lipped, like.
He literally goes stone cold. He goes, I know nothing.
Which is hilarious because when I was listening to sports radio all day, they kept clipping it and repeating it over and over. Yeah. So I was dying laughing. I was like, you know what? Andy Reid just gave us gold for the rest of his career. So I really appreciate that. But
my favorite press conference, like if you never watched an Andy Reid press conference, you need to do that because he's hilarious.
It was really good. But to know that is really like what they were working through, because they did say that Cooper Kupp was an option. Like they picked up the phone and called to see what they were willing to do. And they picked up the phone for Amari Cooper and they picked up the phone for Devontae Adams and they were like, we're not dealing with y'all. So, I mean, that tells you that Brett Veach is out here actually trying to get this team where it needs to go. But what I was saying about Andy is something that he mentioned in the press conference today that really stuck out to me. And I kind of laughed a little bit. When you listen to all of these different people on media and podcasts and all of these places, they're like, me too. We've had to change up so much because we've had so much adversity week after week after week, right? Which is not a lie. We have lost somebody every single week. And they're still figuring out ways to win. But Andy Reid was like, no, we haven't changed much. You know, the guys that we have step up and do what they're supposed to do. So, I mean, he's going to fit right in. And I'm just like, really, Andy? Like, we're over here stressed out, anxiety. What's happening with this team? Every single week it's changing. Andy Reid is figuring out ways to adapt. But then that just really reminds us of who this coaching staff is and what it is they're doing. And we always talk about it all the time with Spags on how, like, the guys have to be versatile and be able to play in so many different areas. Well, I guess we should assume that too for the receiving group or the offense in general. So Andy saying definitely not like, no, it hasn't been hard for us. We've been able to just fit guys right in and it's been just fine, which he's not lying because we're 6-0.
Because literally this offense, to a similar degree, it's similar to the San Francisco offense where you can plug and play a lot of guys, right? Like Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan are two of the very best coaches in the league, and they are able to plug and play a lot of people. Like Jordan Mason on the Niners came in for Christian McCaffrey and has been phenomenal. And you're just like, okay, yeah, I see that it's a scheming thing, and you can scheme almost anyone to do well.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with Andy Reid. However, there comes a point where you need bodies for one. Yeah. And then you also have one of the best quarterbacks of all time playing for you right now. Why would you not want to give him an elite weapon? Like when you have the chance, and now in past seasons, I know we both have been like, we don't want to go all in because we don't need to, because we can get it done with the bodies that we have. This season has been different because you're losing your very top talent. Aside from Travis Kelce, we've lost everyone.
Literally, like
we've lost everyone.
Pacheco, I don't think we've ever seen this happen to a Chiefs team.
No.
Well, I mean, back in the early 2000s,
not in the Super Bowl era, like we're in.
Yeah, I'm like back in the early 2000s, you've seen it happen like with the defense, and it's
like, but it didn't matter as much then.
Everybody, but no, I don't think I've ever seen this, and I think that's what's really been kind of triggering me today. When the moments I was on social media, because I was like, I'm not entertaining these people today, but just kind of seeing all these
the haters. There's so many haters.
Oh, the Chiefs are desperate. They have to go get someone. Actually, we are desperate.
Actually,
we lost our number 1, our number 2, and our number 3 wide receiver. We've also lost our number 1 running back, including the fact that we just lost a corner. And Charles Omenihu is probably not even back until late November, December. So, you know what?
Yeah.
Mahomes is like that. And Patrick Mahomes can go out and deal and wheel and all of this.
Listen,
but he cannot throw the ball to himself.
We literally, and he does. He has. He's gotten 2 tip passes in his career where he's literally gotten caught it himself. But literally last season he won with Rashee Rice, a rookie, as his wide receiver one. So this man has been asked to do a ton and has still won Super Bowls with that talent there. So I wore my Travis Kelce shirt today on purpose because
I have villains on.
Love that too. Love that. That's perfect.
I went villain.
But I cannot explain how excited I am to have now. Okay, so we had obviously Patrick Mahomes, who will be in the Hall of Fame for sure. We have Travis Kelce, who will be in the Hall of Fame for sure. We have Chris Jones, who will be in the Hall of Fame for sure. We now have DeAndre Hopkins, who will be in the Hall of Fame on side of Travis Kelce.
Super Bowl ring.
On side of Travis Kelce playing with Patrick Mahomes. And if DHop gets himself that Super Bowl ring,
it's a wrap.
That's
done. The only thing he's missing from his resume.
It's the only thing.
That's a good thing too. Like, another conversation that I was having today was like, okay, DHop got paid and the Titans are taking on the remainder of his contract. And I believe he got about $13 million last year from the Titans. So
yeah, he did.
He got his payday.
He got a good payday.
Like, now it's literally a matter of let's ring chase.
Let's get a ring.
It's either you're chasing a ring or you're chasing a bag, or you're chasing a ring to go get a bag, or vice versa. You got your ring, so now you're trying to go get your bag. So, I mean, when you kind of look at it like this, DHop already knows he's not coming to the Chiefs to be the number one receiver, but him being in the wide receiver room when you have guys like Juju, or imagine Rashee Rice learning from DHop.
Oh my God.
What that can do for our future.
Oh my God.
Like, insane. And then even receivers like Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy, even though they play different styles of wide receiver, there's still so much that they can learn from him because he's been so electric over his whole entire career.
Imagine being Rashee Rice and modeling your game after this guy and then getting to be on the same team with him.
Literally. I mean,
he has to be all the time.
We say it all the time with our running back room with Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco getting to partner with and learn from Kareem Hunt, who is one of the best runners in the NFL. So, I mean, when you kind of look at the way like things are setting up, it looks really good. I still think so. The trade deadline is in 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
We still technically need another receiver.
And here's the thing is, Jodi and I know that Veach isn't done. Like, we know that there's probably a move or two to come.
So, but here's my thing, right? I had to think about this. The projection is Hollywood will be back by December.
Yes, we got to talk about
Hollywood is back by December. Are we getting another receiver? Or do you go corner? Or do you add to the D line? Or do you add somewhere else? Like, Veach might not be done, but it might not be a receiver.
Or could it be
bringing to be back? And even if Juju is out 4 weeks, say he ends up out 4 weeks and then he comes back. You get Juju back at the end of November. You possibly get Hollywood back in December. Of course, Charles Omenihu, even though he's on the other side of the ball, you get him back. Then you still have Hollywood Brown. I'm sorry. You still have Xavier Worthy. You still got your tight ends who are killing it. Noah Gray, Jaden. God bless. Jared
Wiley.
Jesus Christ. On this freaking team. And
I know there's so many J's.
So like when you have a tight end room that's as deep as it is, your wide receiver room is deep. It's just people are injured and some of those guys are going to start coming back. Do you really have to go get another receiver, or can you be fine with the receivers that you got?
Right. Now, I think
especially if Mecole Hardman steps up.
I think if they added one, I see it being like a DeMarcus Robinson.
I'm totally fine with D-Rob.
And I think everyone would be fine with him coming back.
I would love that, actually.
Extra depth. And right now with the rumors of Hollywood coming back, which are, like you said, December, January, which would be perfect, and then Pacheco coming back in November. I mean, we're going to have weapons galore by the time we're ready to go on a playoff run. Adding someone like a Demarcus Robinson who knows the offense, that would be cool. I think it depends. If the Rams win tomorrow, then they might not be on a fire sale. If they lose to the Vikings, then I could see them kind of being on a fire sale, which is where maybe a guy like DHop comes in. I wouldn't be surprised if a guy like Donovan Smith came back for a left tackle. I don't know for sure, but I could see something like that happening. I think there's been some rumblings of that. And then other than that, I don't feel like we're going to add anyone to the cornerback room. I don't feel like we're going to add anyone to the D line. I mean, maybe like a Zadarius Smith from the Browns, but other than that,
I don't think we'll add to the D line at all. I think it'll either be a receiver or a corner.
Yeah,
honestly,
but
that's where I'm at. But I mean, DHop coming to this offense is amazing. Like it is literally the best thing that Brett Veach could ever have done. Like,
I'm so excited.
I know we wanted Deontay Johnson real bad, but I'm not mad at all at DHop coming to this
at all. And for anyone that wants to say he's washed, let me tell you what happens to a man when his career gets rejuvenated like this. And you get to go play with the best team in the league. You get to go play with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce on your offense. Like, hello, you're not going to be. No, he's not washed. He's going to
get burned because the defense doesn't stay on the field. So the offense is going to be out there nonstop.
It's going to be great.
Don't be surprised if you see him take a snap or two this weekend in Oakland.
Yeah.
And it's not even going to be a matter of, did you understand the playbook?
It's going to be,
Patrick's going to be like, just run a route.
Can you run a route against the Raiders? Yeah.
I'm going to be thrilled.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait.
I hate that this game that he could possibly play is not at Arrowhead because
I know
he scores a touchdown this week, which is a very high possibility because as we said yesterday, the Raiders are awful.
Technically though, it's Arrowhead West over there, so it's usually like a home game for us over there.
It's like a home game. So, but when he does play in Arrowhead, which of course I selling my ticket for that game, so I'm not gonna like see it. Kind of sad, but say he does score in that Bucks game.
Now I'm like, now I kind of want to go. Now I kind of want to go.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm like, I'm currently selling my ticket, but things could change. We'll see.
We'll see
how the weekend goes. So, but no, we just wanted to hop on here and talk to y'all about DHop because this is incredible. All of Chiefs Kingdom has been begging Veach to make a move, and not only did he make a move, like. If you had to grade it A through F, I'm giving it an A. I don't think he missed at all on this, like at all on this. And
I feel like you couldn't have done anything better.
And people are so mad that the Titans
are going
to deal with us, but it's like, please don't forget the Titans also just did a deal with us in the offseason. So of course that relationship.
We have a good relationship.
Don't be mad at us, be mad at them, but we're friends. So it is what it is. And you're gonna get over it. But yes, we just want to get on here, talk really quickly about this trade because it's major and it's definitely worth the conversation.
Weird.
If you are listening on YouTube, shout out to y'all because we did not even talk about
thank you guys for tuning in.
Super random. We appreciate everybody. We're up to almost 900 views total, which is crazy for a quick 20-minute conversation. But please, if you're on YouTube, take a moment, like this show, back out, hit the like button, come back in. Super grateful for y'all. Keep running the comments up. If you're on Twitter, please retweet this because everybody wants to talk about DHop right now. So retweet and get
might as well.
And other than that, like we said yesterday, we probably will not see you next Tuesday, but we'll definitely see you next Wednesday.
So. Yes. Yes, we will. We have an event next Tuesday with Creed Humphrey. And that'll be awesome. So look out for our content on that, and then we'll be back next Wednesday.
I feel like I got to get on Twitter and do a new score prediction now because we have DHop. So I might get on there and do that.
And unless we get another like crazy trade, we might pop back on. But
I know, right? I know there are a few Chiefs podcasts tonight, though, so make sure you tap in with them. A lot of them are getting ready to go live right now at 7:30, and Lexi's going live at 8.
I'm about to hop on another one. It's Always Sunny in Chiefs Kingdom with Taylor Witt and I'm blanking on the other name. Real Bird Lawyer is his name on Twitter.
So. Yeah, Lexi's going live at 8. I'm not sure if it's going to stream directly from her page, but she'll retweet it so y'all can go.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
So y'all can go support it too. But other than that, shout out to y'all, Chiefs Kingdom. Great day to be a Chiefs fan, an undefeated Chiefs fan.
Oh, and apparently, just to add, like the vibes were so high. Like Isaiah Pacheco was in the building today. He's walking around just fine. Hollywood Brown and Rashi were in there. They were walking like. Vibes are high right
on
now.
Twitter. Patrick Mahomes literally just tweeted a picture. Sorry. DeAndre Hopkins literally just posted on Instagram a picture of him and Patrick Mahomes together.
Did he?
Like in Kansas City, like one of the graphics
like
that people
yeah.
So love that. And of course, if you follow Chiefs players, you see they all been going off about it all day.
Excited.
Chris Jones, Charles Minihue, Drew Tranquill, everybody super excited.
Yeah.
So it's been great. So all right.
Excited. Thanks, y'all. Bye.